Have you ever heard of Alcatraz? It's one of the most famous prisons in history. Located on an island, it was considered escape-proof. Alcatraz housed some of America's toughest criminals. The prison had strict security measures and watchful guards. Inmates found it nearly impossible to escape. Strong currents surrounded the island, adding to its security. Yet, in 1962, 3 men dared to escape. Their story has fascinated people for decades. Let's meet the daring escapees, Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers. Frank Morris had a sharp mind and a history of escapes. John and Clarence Anglin were brothers with a close bond. They grew up together, often getting into trouble. All 3 were serving time for various crimes. They believed they could outsmart Alcatraz's security. Their determination and teamwork made them a formidable trio. Together, they planned something extraordinary. How did they plan such a daring escape? It started with careful observation and patience. They discovered weaknesses in the prison's structure. The escapees spent months preparing for their breakout. They planned to dig through the walls of their cells. Using makeshift tools, they worked quietly every night. They created a secret workshop above their cell block. There, they crafted items needed for their escape. Their plan required precision and nerve. Creating tools and fake vent covers was essential. They used everyday items to make digging tools. Spoons and saw blades became their instruments. To hide their work, they made fake vent covers. These covers matched the original ones perfectly. They painted them to blend with the cell walls. Their ingenuity was impressive and daring. The fake covers fooled the guards during inspections. This step was crucial for their escape plan. The inmates create dummy heads from soap and toilet paper. They paint the heads with flesh-colored paint. The hair comes from the prison barber shop. They place the heads in their beds at night. Guards think the inmates are sleeping. This trick buys them crucial time. The heads are realistic enough to fool the guards. The guards do not notice anything unusual. This deception is key to their escape plan. On the night of the escape, the inmates are ready. They have worked for months for this moment. Each inmate squeezes through the hole in their cell. They have dug these holes with spoons. The holes lead to a utility corridor. Once in the corridor, they move quickly. They carry their tools and supplies with them. Time is crucial to avoid detection. They know the guards will check soon. The utility corridor is dark and narrow. Inmates have practiced moving through it silently. They face the risk of being heard by guards. They use makeshift tools to open a vent. This vent leads to the roof of the prison. Reaching the roof is their next big challenge. They climb up using a homemade ladder. The ladder is made from stolen materials. This part of the plan must go smoothly. Once on the roof, they move carefully. They need to stay hidden from the guards below. Their goal is to reach the shoreline. They have already prepared a raft for this moment. The raft is made from raincoats. They collected over 50 raincoats for this purpose. The raincoats are stitched together tightly. They use adhesive to make the raft waterproof. This raft is essential for their escape across the bay. The escapees leave their cells quietly at night. They crawl through the holes they dug earlier. The men reach the utility corridor successfully. Next, they climb to the roof of the cell house. They move carefully to avoid being seen by guards. Using a homemade raft, they leave Alcatraz Island. The water is cold and the currents are strong. The escapees hope to reach the mainland safely. Their daring journey has just begun. The next morning, guards discover the empty cells. The fake heads in the beds tricked them at first. An alarm is raised, and the search begins immediately. Helicopters and boats are dispatched to find the escapees. The manhunt extends across the San Francisco Bay. Authorities search for days, but find no sign. The escape becomes a major news story nationwide. People are amazed by the boldness of the plan. Alcatraz officials must answer many tough questions. Many theories exist about the escapees' fate. Some believe they drowned in the cold waters. Others think they reached the mainland and disappeared. The FBI investigates, but closes the case in 1979. Sightings continue for many years. Some family members receive mysterious postcards. The mystery adds to the escape's legendary status. What truly happened remains unknown to this day. The escape has become a famous part of Alcatraz's history. It shows the ingenuity and determination of the escapees. Alcatraz closed as a prison shortly after the escape. The event has inspired movies, books, and documentaries. People still visit Alcatraz to learn about the escape. It raises questions about security and human spirit. The escape reminds us of the power of hope. What would you do in their situation? The legacy of the escape continues to spark curiosity.